What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? Big Dog Brett. Hey, wanted to make a video talking about the kind of the coaching staff, the current situation at UGA, the recruits, the signees, that sort of thing, and just kind of give you guys a general update on what's going on. So, for those of you who don't know, Jim Chaney went to work for Tennessee. I'm good with that. And for those of you who don't know, we've already hired a new offensive coordinator, and that was his assistant. So I'm good with that. The guy already knows the offense. He already knows exactly what Kirby's looking for in an offense. So, I mean, there shouldn't be any big surprises as far as the way that the offense is ran. So for those of you who are wondering about, you know, the team losing its identity as far as are we going to be able to score as many points, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, after having, you know, worked behind Chaney and he basically knows Chaney's playbook, which PS is going to spell disaster when we play Tennessee because we already know every kind of offense they're going to try and implement, so that's over. It's already been proven that Jim Chaney can't make adjustments, so once Georgia shuts him down at the beginning of the game, it's just going to continue throughout the rest. He wasn't able to make adjustments against pretty much any major team we played. We just continued the same offense. The only reason we beat Oklahoma was because Oklahoma can't make adjustments on defense, so there was no need to adjust the offense. Long story short, Chaney's gone. His replacement's in. Good with that. As far as the what's going on with this thing? Hold on, where did my file go? Sorry, guys. So we've already hired the offensive coordinator, which is a good thing. I'm trying to pull up my file that I had up previously. But we haven't hired a defensive coordinator. Now, we were looking at the defensive back coach from LSU, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure.
You have an incoming call.
I got to pass on that call, guys. Sorry. Yes, I do this on my phone. So the UGA today. That's not what I was looking for. UGA. Anyway, we were looking at the coordinator, the defensive back coach at LSU. Good Lord, can't even talk this morning. And basically what would have happened is if he would have came over to UGA would have became not only running back U, but DBU as well. So I don't think that guy's out of the talks yet, but it looks like Kirby's being a little more selective as far as hiring a defensive coordinator, and we may end up promoting from within, so who knows. I'd like to see you know, somebody that can come in and bring a skill set in that we currently don't have. Obviously it hurt losing Mel Tucker, but you know, it is what it is. That's the name of the game. When you have a successful program, your people are going to get sniped. And there's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with guys going on and becoming more prevalent in the league. So moving up, making more money, nothing wrong with that. As far as signees goes, you guys may have seen the guy who said that who was talking about how UGA was like a used car salesman or some tattoo artist or something. First of all, dude, you're a tattoo artist, man. How would you know anything about UGA's recruiting? I mean, you don't. I haven't seen your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I haven't seen any of that stuff from that guy. So, yeah, I don't understand that. Well, my thing is that if the guy felt like he's a used car salesman, then, you know, whatever, move on to somewhere else. You commit to the G, and if you don't want to commit to the G, then go play somewhere else, dude. That's fine. Georgia's obviously not hurting for talent, so thank you for freeing up a spot. Now, is the guy talented? Yeah, maybe, but it's been my experience that the players that come in and act like that are not players you want on your team. They make the locker room toxic. So, Jaden Hazelwood was his name. I'm glad he went somewhere else. So move along, sir, move along. as far as the 2019 recruits, I want to kind of go over that real quick. I also want to talk about Eddie Gran. So Eddie Gran was the defensive coach, or is was it the OC? I think offensive. Yeah, he was offensive coordinator at University of Kentucky. And this guy was what's the word I'm looking for? He played this opportunity to its absolute maximum potential. This guy came in and some rumors got slung around that he'd been offered a job at Georgia. And he was offered a job at Georgia, but I think it was that everybody was saying that, or it was rumored that he was going to be the next offensive coordinator. So he plays that to his advantage and gets a big pay raise out of University of Kentucky. So hats off to that guy for playing the game. Well played, sir. Well played. I like it. I'll allow it. You know, if some other company went to my bosses and if my boss heard that some other company was going to hire me for a bunch more money and my boss decides to give me a raise, I'm not going to tell him any different. And I don't think any of you guys would either. All right, so let's go over the enrollees real quick, and then let's go over the recruits that have signed a letter of intent. So Georgia got a stack of 5 stars as usual, so we'll go through those. Nolan Smith, 5-star defensive end. This is a prominent position we needed a guy at. He's also highly motivated and hungry. Nakobe Dean, inside linebacker. This guy's definitely going to help with the pass rush. And Clay Webb, who's an OC. All these guys are 5 stars. They're all already enrolled. They're number 1 in the state at all their positions. Just outstanding players. By the way, Nolan Smith, just so you guys know, is tied with the highest ranking player Georgia's ever got behind Justin Fields, with Justin Fields. He's higher than Aaron Murray. He's higher than Matt Stafford. I mean, the guy is an absolute phenom when it comes to talent. So glad to have that guy at UGA, obviously. Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback. Love seeing defensive guys on a roster like this. Defense wins games, guys. Lewis Sign, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name yet, but he's actually from Texas. He's a safety, 4-star. And all these guys are 4 stars until I get to 3 stars. Ryan Davis, offensive linebacker. Trez Marshall, inside linebacker. Jermaine Johnson, defensive end. Rylan, I guess his name is Joe Ed, but you know, I bet you a bunch of people is gonna call him Geode, but that's not his name. Tight end, Warren McLaren, offensive tackle. DeJuan Mathis, if you don't know who DeJuan Mathis is, go look that guy up. Amazing. He's got video all over the place. Then we get to DJ Daniels, who actually went to Georgia Military College. He's a cornerback, and he's number 1 in the state at his position. So is Jermaine Johnson. I mean, just Georgia's getting a stack of players that are number 1 at their position in state. Just the phenoms. I mean, just picking out really who you want. Tramel Walthour, defensive tackle, 4-star. He's a 3-star. And Stetson Bennett. If you don't know who Stetson Bennett is, go back and check him out. He's a 3-star, but he's familiar with Georgia. It's a great guy to have on the team and provide some leadership. He's been around for a while. Now we're looking at the guys that have signed, and that's Trayvon Walker. That's our 4th 5th star, and then Dominic Blaylock. That's our 5th star. Wide receiver and defensive tackle, flip those around. Trayvon Walker is a defensive tackle. So, Kenny McIntosh, this guy's a 3-star running back, but he's really good. He's really, really good. Go watch his video. If you get a chance, go look at the highlights on that guy. He's awesome. Really, really a dynamic player. Tymon Mitchell. Now, we've got a hard commit in John Reese Plumlee, that's their dual threat quarterback. It's supposed to be coming in behind Jake Fromm. That guy is actually going to fill in some roles as far as being far enough behind Jake Fromm to not threaten Jake Fromm to take the job, and close enough in rhythm so that he can learn from Jake Fromm and then step into that position. He's a good fit for our offense, and I look forward to having him on the team. So, that having been said, Georgia ranks number 2 in the SEC, number 2 nationally, obviously only behind Alabama. Georgia's average rating right now is 9.345 with 23 commits. So let me jump over to Alabama recruits real quick just to give you guys a heads up on that. So Alabama's football recruits, they have 28. So let me put that in perspective for you. That's 5 more than Georgia has. So if they signed if we signed less, if we took the 2 3-stars off the board, Georgia would be beating them. So it's kind of like you're getting punished for handing out scholarships to players that deserve an opportunity. Right now, Alabama has 3 5-stars, 2 signed and 1 with a letter of intent. One of them being a running back in Trey Sanders. And I think Georgia had went after Trey Sanders at one point, but I think he ended up going in the other direction. Not a big deal. If you look at their stuff, basically what looks like what they're trying to do is rebuild their offensive line. 1, 2, 3, 3 of their top 4, 5 of their enrollees are offensive tackles, offensive line. So they're trying to make sure that that line stays strong, and I can respect that. In their top, if you look in their top 14 of their enrollees, I think it's only one. Only one is number 1 in the state. That's it, and that's Antonio Alfano, and he's a defensive end. So Georgia's got a lot of guys in position that are number one in the state and much higher ranked as far as their position goes. It's just that Alabama's not signing 3 stars. Not saying they can't. Not saying Georgia has to sign 3 stars. Georgia can sign 4 stars, but they've just chose not to. So the average rating ends up working out to be they're at 94.17. Georgia picks up a couple of more high-end 4 stars or even a couple of 5 stars. Georgia could catch them, mathematically speaking, but probably not going to happen just because we don't have as many scholarships to hand out is what it is. So the ranking is right there, and it was because we signed so many guys last year. Let's see here. I want to jump into real quick. I'm going to run through the 2019 UGA schedule. Just so you guys kind of, here it is. Let's do 19, not 17. Can't believe it's still on my browser. Okay, so 4th game of the year is going to be Notre Dame. That's the one I'm looking to. So we start out with Vandy, cupcake game. Murray State, cupcake game. Arkansas, that's an okay warm-up game. Then you got Notre Dame. That should be a good game. We'll clobber them. Then we've got a bye week before Tennessee. We'll play Tennessee on the first week of October. Looking forward to that game. Then we've basically got just nothing but SEC games from there on out. Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky. We have a bye week. Then we play Florida, as always, the bye week before Florida. Missouri, Auburn, Texas A&M, and then, of course, Georgia Tech. If you want to know which ones are the home games, it's Vandy, Tennessee. Hold on. Sorry, reverse that. Murray State is a home game. Arkansas is home. Notre Dame's home. Carolina's home. Kentucky's home. Missouri's home. Texas A&M's home. So it's going to be a good season next year. The schedule is actually going to work out really good for us. I'm looking forward to, as we move forward through the season, looking at when people get signed. It's going to be an exciting off season. Also, for those of you who made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, thumbs up, all that happy stuff. Share it with your friends, buddies, pals, neighbors, and people you don't like. As far as that, the other content that I'm going to be doing in the off season, just so you guys know, I'm going to be following the Atlanta Legends. It's a league coming up that is already in motion, so you guys will see more content from me on that. It's kind of like a transition league between college and pro. It's going to help develop some of these guys, as well as it's played in the spring. I think the first game is in February or March. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some more digging. But I'm going to start making videos on that. So if you guys would give me some feedback in the comments section, let me know what you think about that. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much. You guys are awesome. Recently hit 1,300 subscribers, and I want to continue to push that number higher and continue to promote Georgia and what it can do. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.